Most of all, fuck you!
Back and better than ever. How's it going, everybody? It's me, the one and only Harburger, here to bring you the 1-year anniversary review. I will be reviewing the 3-disc collector's edition of Maniac. I will be reviewing everything in this 3-disc collector's edition. The slipcover, the different poster art, to every special feature to come on this Blu-ray. Now, let's go over the film itself. This film is a 10 out of 10, 4 out of 4, 5 out of 5. I love this film more than almost any other slasher movie. It's my 4th favorite horror movie. I love it to death. Tom Savini's practical effects is amazing. Joe Spinelli's acting is amazing. William Lustig's beautiful directing. Everything about this movie is great, and I love it so much. That's basically the review, 4 out of 4. Now, let's get to the real shit. Let's start out with the slipcover. This slipcover is one of the best slipcovers I own and one of the best I will ever own. I love this slipcover, and I have taken this movie out of it about 200 times now, and the slipcover has stayed in pristine condition. There's a few dents, see right there and right there, and like a dent right there, but the slipcover itself still looks nice and it still feels beautiful. It's a slipcover where you move it and it moves the blood. It's awesome. I love it. It's also got a 4K scan. Love the 4K scan. The different poster art, you can get poster art from the original, or you could get this bloody one. I love this bloody one. I actually love how they put the different pictures on it. The different pictures, they have one of Joe Spinelli just screaming, one of Joe Spinelli like hugging one of the dolls, and Joe Spinelli like gagging that girl that he puts a blade through her stomach. And yeah, I just love the look of those pictures. On the original cover, it's just a bunch of like goofy pictures, a bunch of good hearty ones, but this one, it's all bloody pictures, and I love that. The actual artwork itself is pretty cool. Joe Spinelli's bloody face is amazing with all the other dots and dots. You got his mother, got all the mannequins and shit. I warned you not to go out tonight. Love that. Now let's get on to the first disc. First disc special features is audio commentary with William Lustig and producer Andrew W. I don't know his last name. This audio commentary is one of the best. It actually exposes the actual actors who play which character. Andrew is actually the guy who did the feet work for the first kill, where the guy cuts, like chokes that guy. And he was apparently that guy. It was pretty awesome. I also love seeing William Lustig talk about this movie, talk about all the directing, talk about how in the ending it was supposed to have limbs flying off, and how there was going to be a moment where the blood drops when where the mannequin was going to have blood on the hand, and it was going to like drop, signifying that maybe what actually happened in the dream was real. Pretty cool. There's another audio commentary with William Lustig, Tom Savini, and editor Louis Mutsadi, and Joe Spinell's assistant Luke Walter, which is actually a really good friend of Joe's. The most interesting part about this audio commentary was actually listening to Joe Spinell's friend, Luke Walter, who apparently William Lustig was directing duties for days, but Joe Spinell did all the night work. And that was pretty cool to learn. I didn't know that Joe Spinell just hard out and started directing shit on his own, which is pretty cool. The theatrical trailers in this edition, the theatrical trailers come from literally every country that this movie was released on. Africa, Japan, China, France, Italy, Germany. They all look amazing. I especially love the German version because it's all red, basically trying to mask the blood. It kind of makes it more scarier, but I will always prefer the original American theatrical cut, as you know. Theatrical trailer. TV spots, they're just like 30-second trailers. Like for Dawn of the Dead, you always have a, "You will be my slave. Sorry, I got a wife."
Welcome to slavery. No thanks. I already have a wife.
From dusk till dawn.
You know, all that shit. And it's pretty cool. I like it. The radio spots are awesome, guys. I love them. You get one where it's Joe Spinelli talking, and oh my god, man, I love Joe Spinelli interviews. There's not a lot of them, just him with another person. Mostly it's just him and a bunch of other people talking. But yeah, I love these radio spots because they come up and they have like interviews with all the directors, producers, and other stuff. It's amazing work. Let's get into the second disc. Now, this is where all the good stuff comes in. I'll be back in a second. Baby sister came in. But yeah, let's go to the Maniac. Featurettes. Maniac outtakes, which are 9 minutes long. Apparently in this one, the original opening was going to have Maniac actually driving to the place where he puts the coin in and sees the people in the desert, I guess. No, it's a beach. Yeah. And those were the outtakes. There were also a couple outtakes of Joe Spinelli walking around. You know, it's like the theme Maniac in the Wind, I believe it's called. Or Maniac at Night, or Maniac Strolling the Streets, something like that. And it was more of that. Those were basically the outtakes. There's a bunch of other outtakes that are cool and shit. Returning to the scene of the crime with William Lustig. This is actually going over the filming locations like the beach scene, the New York scenes, the scene of the shotgun kill, the park scene, the graveyard scene. It's really awesome, really cool stuff, especially with William Lustig going over how he found these locations and other stuff. It's awesome. Hopefully you can hear the soundtrack. You probably can't. Anna and the Killer. It's an interview with the co-star Kurumara. It's the interview of how she got the job. So apparently they were all at a convention and the girl who was supposed to be the main leading lady couldn't show up. So Joe Spinelli went to Corey Monroe, which Joe and her are friends, were friends, before Joe died, of course. And he asked, hey, can you please come over? You got 2 days to decide. Come to the station, give us your help. And she decided, why not? Caroline Monroe also was in 007 Golden Casino, I believe. Do not quote me on that. I should have a poster of it somewhere, of the film that she was in. The Death Dealer. Interview with special makeup effects, Tom Savini. Oh my god, this is one of the best things on this disc. I love hearing Tom Savini talk about how he made the special makeup effects. That's what I love, and why I will always prefer audio commentary 2 instead of the first one, because the way Tom Savini explains it, the way they did the shotgun kill, they had shrimp, fake blood, all that shit in the mannequin's head, and it was beautiful stuff. And Tom Savini also talks about how he's kind of amazed that Joe could get the main girl, Caroline Monroe, but he also brings up a good point. If you can make a girl laugh, she's yours. So that's the point, that I have many ladies. One the only heartbreaker, but ladies and gentlemen. Death Notes. Oh my god, I love this one. This is an interview with Jay Calloway, the guy who made the soundtrack. Oh my god, I love the soundtrack so much. It's like my favorite horror movie soundtrack. It's so good. I love this movie's soundtrack and the remake, but I will always prefer this one. The score always has like a childish ring to it, and then it gets darker. And I love that. Actually, it's said that Jay Calloway, he never did movies before this. He just did some music on the side and wanted to do work for William Lustig. Then when he found out he had to do a movie, he was like, well, I've never done this before. And he just winged it, man. And he created one of the best horror soundtrack and one of the best horror scores ever made, in my opinion. Love it. Oh my god, I love Death Dealer. Maniac Man. Interview with songwriter Michael Sabel and Danny Michael. This one is my least favorite extra in all of this. Even though there's some other extras I don't really like, but this one is the one of my least favorites because it's basically William Lustig talking to songwriters because Joe Spinell thought that a song was made for the movie, when in reality it wasn't. The songwriter just heard the name Maniac and thought of a song for it, so that's what they did. They just made the song like that, and it was pretty awesome if you ask me. I love it. But yeah, it's my least favorite one, but it is always cool to see William Lustig and his bald head. Love you, William. The Joe Spinell Story, which is a 49-minute documentary going over Joe Spinell's life, going over his nieces, his dad, his friends, William Lustig, a bunch of stuff, and it does talk about Maniac 2. I love that documentary, and it's actually free on YouTube, so yeah, you should like it. If you do not own this release, that's where you can find it. And the Mr. Robbie Maniac 2, which actually William Lustig was not a part of, but it is pretty cool to see Mr. Robbie 2. If you don't know, Joe Spinell actually died before they were done filming. But the 7 minutes they got for this film, oh my god, dude. I love the practical effects of Mr. Robbie. It's like my favorite sequel. I love Mr. Robbie Maniac 2, and it's great. I love it. It's about this clown who gets calls from kids about them being abused, and he kills the abuser. And it's awesome. I love it. So the next part is called Maniac Publicity, I believe, or Popularity, or I think it's Publicity. And it goes over all the interviews. So the first interview is Paul Walker, radio interview with William Lustig, Joe Spinell, and Caroline Monroe, which is 19 minutes. It basically just goes over trying to promote the film. And it's really good to hear Joe Spinell. William Lustig on Movie Madness, which took place back in '89, I believe. And it's basically the host and William Lustig answering questions about horror movies. And it's really good, and I totally recommend you watch it. Joe Spinell on the Joe Franklin Show. There's not much of Joe Spinell talking in the Joe Spinell on the Joe Franklin Show, but when he does talk, it's pretty cool. They talk about the movie and all that other stuff. It's great. I'm sorry if I'm wheeling through this. There's not much to say about these. Brief bag review policy. What the fuck was that one? I don't know what that one is. Sorry, guys. Grindhouse full feature Q&A, which is William Lustig and a girl who worked on Maniac talking about Joe, answering questions about the movie, and William Lustig's other work. And then, of course, you got the Still Gallery, which has a bunch of badass pictures that I love. You know, you got the picture of Joe Spinell with the shotgun, picture of Joe Spinell choking. It's all beautiful stuff. I love it. And the final thing on this disc, which is the controversy. Now, the way it's done on the Blu-ray is it goes over like each city, like Los Angeles. They have a few, like Channel 7, Channel 11, but it basically goes over everything that everybody found wrong with this film, which is how it abuses women, objectifies women, all that other bullshit. It's basically the start of the whole controversy with horror and how it objectifies women. Women aren't real. They abuse women. It's terrible. Fuck off. Nobody gives a shit. But I do like a section called the Midnight Blues, which is pretty funny. It's this guy like L. Goldstein, and he just goes over the most random shit. He talks about like violence against movies, and he talks about how like he murdered this like sex doll, and how like even though you can show this, you can't really show nudity, and it's pretty funny. But I love the gallery of outrage. It's basically pictures of people being outraged. It's reviews of the movie, and it's fucking awesome. And I just find the whole controversy funny to me, guys. It's hilarious. But there's like a 15% off code thing, which I ain't showing you guys. But yeah, it's like a 15% off code where you can get the We can get you can get a Zombie Flesh Eater and Maniac. It's pretty cool. They're comics and they're great. This release also comes with a booklet, and the booklet goes over everything, from the poster to Joe Spinelli and all this, Joey the Hitman. It goes over each actor and how they found them. It's a really good read. I personally have not read it all the way through, but it is still a really good read. I love it. And the best part of this release for me, which is other than the movie itself, is the soundtrack, which looks like Joe Spinelli's face. This soundtrack has every thing. It has Blood Rage, the main theme, the one last track, I Told You Not to Go Out Tonight, Hunter, Double Barrel Death, Breaking News, Night Stalker, In Credits, Maniac, Bloody Ridge, Naked Terror, Photo Shoot. The only thing that this soundtrack does not have, it's the song that they used during the photo shoot. I forgot the name of that song, but it's a really cool song. Oh, fuck. Shit, what the hell? Okay, guys, give me 1 second to find the fucking thing. Going to the showdown. I love that song. Going to the showdown. Showdown. But yeah, guys, that is the full review of this release. I love this release and everything that has to do with it. I will probably not be getting the 4K because new 4K scan. Don't need no fucking 4K with that shit. But yeah, if I do get the 4K, I will show it off. But this is the ultimate Blu-ray in my collection, guys. I love this movie so much. This is the ultimate Blu-ray, and it's the only Blu-ray I will ever need. I will literally be buried with this Blu-ray. Okay? This Blu-ray costs a ton of money, especially with the out-of-print slipcover that I have for it. Literally nobody could find the slipcover as new as I have it right now. I could probably sell it for $300 and get it for about $400. That's how much this release is worth. And I'm so glad I got it for free. I won a contest. It was amazing. I love this release so much, guys. It's awesome. And I want to go over the movie again. This movie is amazing. I love Frank Zito. Frank Zito is one of my favorite killers. I just recently introduced this movie to my buddy Cody Adamson, and he loves it so much. He says it's probably going to be in his top 10 horror movies, but he needs to rewatch the movie a few more times. This movie is amazing. I would recommend everybody to get this release. And if you can't get this release, just get the 2-disc release. And you can't get that, just get the DVD. And if you can't get that and you can't spend any fucking money on a masterpiece like this one, but you can't spend it on another Halloween steelbook, you can watch it on Vudu. And you're going to the showdown. Dun, 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 dun. Well, guys, I'm out of here. This is the longest review I've ever done. And I'm so happy to be back on YouTube. I'm sorry for my time away. But there will be a lot of reviews coming out. Falling Down is a review that will be coming. Girls Night Out is a review that will be coming. And a full series review of Supernatural. I do not know how I'm going to do that, but I will. I will finish up the Evil Dead reviews. Everything will be golden, baby. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.